And I get asked by females is, why is it so hard for men to settle down and get married? It's a lot of dudes' wives out here. That's why. A lot of dudes' girls got fucked, and that shit play on a nigga conscience. Like, especially when you did it numerous of times, it'll make you feel like, what makes me so special? What makes me exempt that it's not gonna happen to me?
All right, so what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. Joe Smith, I don't know if you guys remember, man, pretty good college player, ended up being a journeyman in his NBA career, a serviceable player. You might remember the time he spent with the Golden State Warriors. He's been married to his wife, man, for over 20 years, and suddenly finds out she has an OnlyFans. So let's take a look at this video, man, and we'll come back and chop up on the real tip, man, and drop some prism from the ism on this thing.
You know, I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, yo, the disrespect that comes with it, that you couldn't even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo. That's fucked up, Keith. I'm telling you, yo, that's fucked up.
Wait, no, calm, but you're not gonna say f me, or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to, okay, look, so I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
I'm your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no solution.
You knew who the f I was when you met me.
Before,
I
knew that.
thought that I would never have to go back to anything like this again.
Beforehand,
but
but
unfortunately, that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
It hasn't. You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off.
Now, we're not going to really harp on his old lady having OnlyFans because what we're dealing with is the why. Why would this woman have an OnlyFans now? See, what y'all got to understand is this. Every woman is for the streets at some point. Now, she can be for the streets when she's young and grow out of that when she's older and become a good woman with that baggage. Or she can be a good girl while she's young and be for the streets when she's older and create that baggage. But at some point, she's going to be for the streets. Now, there's different levels of for the streets. I'm not telling you every woman going to have an OnlyFans or every woman going to be, a dancing girl or a working girl. But I'm telling you, every woman is going to have that streak in her where she's going to be for the streets. And it may be a brief period or it may be years. But what you men have to understand is whenever you meet the woman, if she's for the streets, you have to compartmentalize that and put her in the only position she's worthy of. And if you marry the woman, the moment she decides she's going to be for the streets, you as a man have to wrap your mind around the concept she is no longer your wife. You didn't wife up that woman who was for the streets. So when she decides she's going to do that, you as a man have to wrap your mind around the concept that that doesn't work for you. Now, the reality of the scenario is this. When you look at your wife and she's in her 40s, 50s, and she's trying to have OnlyFans at that point, what you have is a woman that you put in the wife position at a younger age when she had the one thing going for herself that all women have. All women have their youth. It doesn't matter if she's a 5 or a 10 on the scale that you guys use for grading a woman's attractiveness. She still has her youth. So at that point, she's the most beautiful that she's ever going to be. But when you settle into a situation with a woman and you realize that the intimacy is gone, you realize that what women call romance is gone. You realize that all of the interpersonal interaction is gone. You got to understand that that woman needs to get that from somewhere. If you're not validating her anymore with your presence, if you're not validating her anymore with your touch, if you're not validating her anymore with your interest in being intimate with her, then she's going to get that validation from somewhere else. See, here's the thing. You men develop this false need for a female validation. Women actually need a man's validation. So your wife needs to be validated by you. Now think about it. When you have a career and you're making a lot of money, then you're validating her by the gifts that you can afford. But when that career is over and you got to start maintaining, managing that money with a different lifestyle, then at that point, you don't even validate her with that anymore. So that's why you men have to realize if you have a woman and she decides that she's going to go and be for the streets in her older years, then you have to ask yourself why that is. You probably overlooked the fact that she was for the streets in the beginning. See, let me tell y'all something. There's two kinds of women. There's a woman who can act like Halle Berry. She's going to get an Academy Award. And then there's the woman who acts like Jada Pinkett Smith. She cool, but you never think of her as the character. It's always, here's Jada on the screen. You know what I mean? So I want y'all to understand that in these situations, sometimes you got to let the woman go, man. Like, you ain't got to be trying to hold on to this woman forever. I use Michael Jordan as an example. Y'all may say, you know, you use Michael Jordan all the time. Well, y'all use Shaq all the time to talk about what good a stepdad is. So I'm going to use Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan got to the point where he had a plan. He said, okay, when my children are grown and they gone out of the house and they can make it on their own, I'm finna divorce this woman and just give her half. That's what Joe Smith should do. That's what Will Smith should do. That's what Steve Harvey should do. Now, Russell Wilson, he in bad shape. He got some youngsters. And if Sierra and Russell Wilson split up right now, man, you know that fool got to play. He gonna have to pay child support for future son too. Both of them fool gonna have to pay child support for that one kid. This is what I'm telling y'all, man. Stop believing that you got to put up with a woman foolishness just because you've been with her for a long time. That's the time you shouldn't have to put up with her foolishness. If you've been taking care of that woman for 20-some years, man, and she gonna pull this out, she's not your wife anymore. Cut her loose, man. Don't be arguing with her. Don't be trying to call out. Don't be putting her on blast. Don't be doing none of that. Just get rid of her. So stop acting like you have to figure out a way to justify a woman's actions, that you have to figure out a way to justify keeping the woman, that you have to convince yourself that she's a worthy prospect for whatever position you got her in. Hey, man, listen, if you stop doing your job at work, they're going to fire your ass. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the league, Joe knows this. When he was no longer productive in the league, he didn't get a job. Dwight Howard right now, he ain't going to get no job no more. Why? Because he's not productive enough in the league. This is what happens. And I want y'all to understand, man, that you have to apply your business acumen to every facet of your life, especially when you're dealing with your wife, man. Y'all got to stop acting like y'all don't know modern marriage is a business arrangement. And that means that there's money involved from the beginning, in the middle, and the end. And so you got to start treating it like a business decision. And if your wife ain't adding up to the position that you put her in anymore, you got to put her ass out of the position because she don't deserve to be in it, man. She don't deserve to be in the position no more. And y'all got to stop acting like y'all don't understand that. It's very easy to understand. Don't put her in the position she doesn't deserve to be in. All you're going to do is set yourself up for failure, man. You're going to set yourself up for failure, and you're going to look back on the years that you wasted on the prowl, man. You're never going to be able to forgive yourself. If you waste 20 years on a woman, man, and once you realize you're wasting 20 years, every year after that, you're never going to forgive yourself for it. 20 years, okay, you didn't know it. You realize she had an OnlyFans, man? It don't matter how long she had it. You don't need to know how long she had it. That's just gonna make it worse. Don't worry about how long she had it. Worry about the fact that she has it now, and go ahead and get rid of her. You don't try to backdate it and backlog it to, where you think she started with it. No, the day you find out, that's all you're worried about. The moment you find out you have turned a 304 into a housewife, you have got to flee the scene. It don't matter how much money you got to give her. So what? Give her the money. I guarantee you, whatever, half of your money is worth the peace of mind that you'll get if you let the broad go. I promise you that. Half of the money that you got to give her, man, is worth it. I promise you it is. It's kind of like the same thing with taking care of children. Hey, man, just send money. Just take care of the children. That way you ain't got to hear nothing. That way you can put everybody on ice. Somebody get out of line, you put everybody on ice. Why? Because you take care of the children. Put everybody on ice. Y'all must have forgot. That's your mindset as a man, man. You got to, when somebody, man, come at you wrong that you taking care of, providing for, oh, y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot that y'all life ain't the same without me in it. Y'all must have forgot that the lifestyle you live is because of me. Y'all must have forgot that everything that you got going on in your life is due to my guidance, leadership. Stop acting like y'all don't know it, man. That's why I say to Joe Smith and any of you other men that caught up in a situation like this, hey, man, let the woman be who she gonna be. If she want to go be for the streets, let me tell you what you do, man. You help her pack and you drop her off to whatever street she want to go to and block her. Tell her don't call you no more. No matter how the streets turn out for her. Once she's for the streets, she's for the streets. She's no longer your responsibility. And you men have to stop acting like you got to be responsible for a woman, even though she's not your responsibility anymore. Stop playing yourself, because that's really all you're doing. You're just playing yourself. You're putting yourself in a position that no man should want to be in. You know what that position is? Being a beta male for some unworthy woman who doesn't even respect you enough to even try to act like she's proud and pleased to be in a position of wife in your life. Man, that's the best position you can give a woman in your life. And if she's gonna act like it don't matter to her, then it's high time you make sure that you start acting like She doesn't matter to you. Cut her loose. Don't wait for her to divorce you and take half of your money. Divorce her and give it to her. You can always recover and regroup as a single man. Trust me. It may seem daunting, but you can always bounce back as a single man. Way easier than she can. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. Subscribe on your way out. Peace.